going to get into our seams. So we're going to split our view here. Go to the node editor, and this is where we actually add in our seam. So we're going to be using an image texture of a seam, and thankfully there are plenty around because that's what brushes use. So if you look at ZBrush brushes, Substance Painter brushes, whatever is based off a displacement that's just being drawn out onto something, that's what we're going to use. We're not going to use it like as a brush. We're going to just use the texture in the node editor. So I'm going to be using this texture from Polygon. Obviously, you don't have to buy this one from me. You can let me scrounge around in the one is actually a photo color data, very important. And yeah, we're going to use this as like in the bump map part of the channel. So we're at the bump map is currently being occupied by our creases, which we did in the last step. So I'm just going to temporarily override that. They're very easy to blend later on, but let's just, so we can focus on the seams, just put that in there. And you won't be able to see anything because it's too low. By the way, shout out to Ali 32-bit. In the last video, he commented and let me know that you shouldn't actually be changing the strength value of a bump map, which is what we did for the creases in the last part. Instead, just leave strength at 1 and instead adjust the distance value. And I tested it, and it's totally true. It actually, adjusting strength like crushes brushes and compresses the values into like this, it doesn't look right, whereas distance actually like keeps the dynamic range and kind of like moves it down. Anyways, very important. So that's what I've done. I've just set the distance at really low. But anyways, I got to increase it now because we want to actually see what our texture looks like. Okay, so it's just like a fake. A fake bump. All right. Now, the reason this is really huge and over the top of the mesh there is that it is using our UV map. So if we split the view again and then go UV editor, I'll just hit X there, go into edit mode, and you can see this is our UV map that we had from before. So we don't want to adjust this because this is what our fabric is using, the correct scale for our fabric. Instead, what we want to do is create another UV map, which you might not have done before, but you end up doing that sometimes when you get advanced into texturing. And we just want to rename this. I'm going to call it seams. By the way, I don't know why. I don't know if yours is the same or if it's just me. Double clicking doesn't work to rename something. It's triple click. I need to triple click. Never had that in any software before, but I'm like, how am I supposed to like rename this thing? And I was like hitting it like a lot and then it finally just worked. Triple click. I guess that's a bug. But anyways, seams. Okay, once you've done that, then by default, if you don't have anything connected here, it's just going to use the default UV map, which is the one that has this active camera next to it. So instead, because we want this to use just this new UV map, we go input, UV map, and then select from the drop down seams, and then connect it like that. Now,
Yes, Mom. Hold on, guys.